Hi there, and welcome to the monthly video for September 2023. The Vizlib Pivot Table has had a major improvement in version 3.8.0. In this version release, we have improved the wizard's functionality and ease of use for Qlik developers. Starting with calculated fields, you're finally able to use the wizard in edit mode when you are using expressions that are calculated. We have also improved the editing capabilities for Qlik developers whilst using the Vizlib Pivot Table. Previously, when editing a dimension show total value, to enable or disable, and then using the wizard to reorder the dimension in the row, the first dimension show total value will determine if totals are shown or hidden. Now you can make all the changes you want, either in the wizard or on the property panel, to toggle the option Remember Totals to enabled. This remembers the show total position and, therefore, means changing the top level dimension in the row no longer determines if totals are shown for all dimensions.
In Vizlib Toolbar, we have improved the performance when using different alignment options. Most notably, center aligning items in horizontal toolbar is now much quicker. Most of you are probably familiar with this performance setting in tiles by now. The latest edition of it allows control of the min and max values for gauges and bullet charts. There is now an option to calculate those values once for each individual tile, which means that they can all use different scales if needed. The default in tiles is that scaling is relative to both height and width. However, sometimes we want objects to scale in size, but squares to stay squares and circles to remain circles. With this setting, the size of an element can change in size but remain the same shape. You need to decide if you want it to change when the height or width of the screen changes. In extreme cases, the initial page load was either unnecessarily large or small. For those cases, there is now an option to control how many values are loaded. The absolute max is 10,000 values, since that is what Qlik can deliver.
You can now enable the capability to pick associated values in a multi-select dropdown in the write-back table and input form. This simplifies finding related fields in the multi-select dropdown, as only associated fields are shown in the dropdown. To enable this functionality, go to the property panel of the dropdown field and toggle on associated fields. Note that hide excluded options need to be enabled. Now you only see the associated values in the multi-select dropdown.
This month we are highlighting a hidden feature of the Vizlib Gantt. The Date Data Interpretation feature determines how the Vizlib Gantt presents your data. This option is toggled on by default and set to date and time. What this means is that the Gantt respects the timestamp of your data. Therefore, if you only have date and no timestamp, the event will finish at the beginning of the day. If you have a date and a timestamp, the event ends at the exact time. When this feature is toggled off and set to date only, this results in the event disregarding all timestamp data and showing their end date taking the entire day.
Vizlib Live can be visually presented in a variety of ways using a rich library of different visualizations and data objects. The objects have new features and capabilities added alongside new objects continuously. Simply create a link using whatever visuals or shape you prefer and enable all work seamlessly in Live. Currently, the objects in Live consist of different tables, axis charts, pie charts, and progress charts. These objects can be aligned and positioned however you choose in Live.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and follow us on social media.